I've been out here working on my new round bale feeder, and as I was doing that, the cows were walking in to get a drink like they always do. And I noticed that one of them walked in and she's got a problem that I can't ignore. We need to do something about this right now. It looks to me like she has an abscess on her side that blew out. And what that means is basically it ruptured, and I don't think it's drained all the way, and it definitely needs to be cleaned up a little bit. So we're gonna get her in the chute and do those things to take care of her. I'm gonna warn you right now, this isn't pretty. This is not gonna be a very pretty process. So if you got a weak stomach or you're a little bit squeamish, I suggest that you just turn this one off, because this ain't for you. That's what we're doing today on Farmertylerranch. So I was able to get the gate closed on her before she went back out to pasture. And you can tell that she's a little bit agitated because she's in here by herself, mostly by herself. The bull's in here and one of my steers is in here as well. But she wants to be back out with her friends. So we're gonna try to catch her and get this done as soon as we can so that we can get her feeling comfortable again. And Bully says, I don't care what you guys are doing. It don't concern me. I'd left Buddy, my formal bottle calf steer, in here with her because I know he's pretty tame and pretty calm, and I was hoping that he might kind of settle her down a little bit. It didn't really work too well, but hey, Buddy, you tried, you did your best, so we can turn you back out now. Huh, you're a good boy. Yeah, you tried. She's just high strung, huh? Okay, dear. Let's take this nice and easy. Hey, turn around. All right, let's pull the side panel off of the chute here and get a better look at what we're dealing with. Well, as it so happens that blowout is right about the same level as this pipe on the chute, so it's gonna be kind of hard to see. I'll put a camera down in there to show you what it looks like. And like I say, another warning, if you're squeamish, get out now. Okay, yeah, you can see where it blew. It's actually not uncommon for abscesses to blow out on their own like that. I know a lot of people will elect to drain them. If they get too big, that's definitely the way to go. This one never really got that big. Abscesses, you can't just go and pop them any old time you feel like it. They kind of have to be ready, so to speak. So I figured I'd give it a couple days and it'd be ready to go. Well, apparently this one was ready because she must have laid on it just right to make it rupture like that. So really all that we can do now is clean it up the best we can. We'll flush it out, and I'm gonna pack some Redmond clay on that. And that should really help, for one, keep the flies off of it, but for two, that's gonna help it heal up real nice. Right now I'm just trying to get anything that might be left in there. We got to get it out. And like I say, this is not pretty, but it's got to be done. Oh, mommy. Pinch my hand, please. Like all that kind of stuff, we don't want that in there. There's a big one there. All right, I think I've got all the loose material out of the abscess itself, so now we can go ahead and flush this out with iodine. Just kill any bacteria or anything that might have entered this while it was open. I said before, a syringe would be ideal for this, but I just don't happen to have one, so we're gonna try something a little different. I like to get a good little bit in there. Some might say that's wasteful, but the way I look at it is that cow is worth a lot more to me than a bottle of iodine. So if I gotta use the whole bottle on her, then that's what I'll do. Okay, now we'll just get us a little pinhole in the lid here. So now what I'm gonna be able to do is when I squeeze that bottle, it'll actually squirt up and I can get in there real good. Just by the location of the abscess, gravity's not really on my side, but this is gonna kind of cure that. I need to let this dry now before I can put the clay on there, and while we're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and give her some antibiotics. Now, what an abscess is a localized infection, and the body just sort of encapsulates it so that it can't spread to the rest of the body. Since she has this open wound on her now, there's the chance that, you know, bacteria or whatever could have gotten up in there. So the antibiotics is just sort of an insurance policy. She's not showing any signs of being sick or feeling bad. She's actually seems to have really good spirits and that sort of thing. But I'm gonna give her the antibiotics anyway, just to be on the safe side. When you're given injections of anything, you don't wanna put more than 10 cc's or 10 milliliters at one site. So we're giving her about 25 cc's. So unfortunately, that means 3 different shots for her. About. You were so good for the other side. You don't like me on this side. Alright, well, let's make it quick then. It's looking like the iodine is pretty well dried up. I don't want to leave her locked in here long enough for it to be completely dry. But I think it's dry enough for the clay to stick to it. So what I'm using here is this Redmond clay. It's first aid for horses, but you know, horses, cows, it'll work. And all it is just hydrated clay. So what this is gonna do is, it's the main reason that I'm doing it is it's gonna keep the flies out of that. They're not gonna be able to get into the abscess or into anywhere that they shouldn't be, because we'll have this barrier of clay blocking them. But this stuff is intended to be put on sores and open wounds, which is exactly what this is. So it'll keep the flies off and it's gonna help her heal up. I might have to reapply it after a day or so, but we'll just kind of keep an eye on her and see what it looks like. So I just got a dollop here and we're just gonna start packing it in. And like I say, she's really not standing. See if I put my fingers in here. That's looking pretty good to me. The other nice thing about the clay is that it's very soothing. I'm sure that's helping with her pain a little bit. And I think we got her cleaned out physically as much as possible. We got her washed out with water. We got her flushed out with iodine. We got you your shots. We got you your clay. I think you're ready to go back out in the field. I was just getting all the gates ready to turn her loose, and she got dancing around in the chute, and that gob of clay fell off of her. So if it falls off in the chute, odds are it would have just fallen off in the field. So it's probably a good thing that it happened here. Now I know that I need to rig up some sort of bandage or something to hold that in there. So I think what I will do is go get an old t-shirt and cut a square out, and then with some livestock adhesive, I think is what it's called, we can kind of glue that patch on there and it'll hold the clay in place. The nice thing about that is, since the t-shirt fabric is so porous, that will still be able to drain, I think, and it'll hold the clay in there. And after about 3 or 4 days, that adhesive sort of lets go and the patch will fall off, and hopefully by then she's good as new. All right, I've got my, it's not livestock cement, it's tag cement, and a bandage and some towels. So I'm gonna try to, she looks pretty dry now, but I'm gonna go ahead and kind of dab her off with the towels, get her real dry, and we'll pack the clay in there again, and then this time we'll put that bandage over the top and hopefully it'll keep it in there. You're pretty dry now. There we go. Okay, that looks good. Make sure this is big enough so we don't get any of the glue or cement in the wound itself, obviously. Wasn't a very good film job, but I got it on there. Well, that film job, getting the bandage on, I know it wasn't the best, but I have my hands full, and the way that adhesive is, boy, as soon as it touches anything else, it sticks to it. So I had to just kind of get it on there, and yeah, that's what we did. So I hope this is gonna stay on, and I think it'll do what I want it to do, which is kind of hold all that in place, keep the flies out, keep the clay on. And yeah, we'll check out this girl in a couple days and see how she's doing. Stayed on through that, maybe it'll stay on. She knows where to go, that's for sure. This doesn't really happen to me all that often, but the last time it did happen, I kept the cow locked up for a couple days so that I could keep an eye on her. But that was a little bit of a different scenario. She had the abscess in her jaw, and as a result, she'd lost a lot of body condition. So I wanted to keep her in here to one, keep an eye on her, but then to also push a little bit of extra feed at her so that she could sort of regain the body condition that she lost. The cow that we just worked on, however, has not lost any body condition. As you can see, she's in fantastic shape. So I don't see any harm. In fact, it might even be better for her to be out in her herd, in her environment that she's used to. That's a lot less stressful for her. And I think that in itself kind of helps to promote healing. And that's what we need her to do. We'll just kind of have to keep an eye on her here moving forward and see how it goes. I might need to get her in the chute one more time, just to sort of look at that again, see how it's healing, and maybe put some new clay on there. But I'm not really sure. We're just gonna kind of play it by ear and see what she needs. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys, and I hope I'll see you again on Farmer Tyler Ranch.